Hey Facebook, Dr. Renee here on this beautiful fall Tuesday. I wanted to hop on because sometimes I'm an equal opportunity kind of woman, and what I do and talk about on Instagram, I like to come over here while it's fresh in my mind or on my heart and share it with you guys. So if you follow me on Instagram at Dr. Renee Wallenstein, you saw my live earlier that also was an IGTV. But I wanted to pop in here because over my course of probably 4 years, because I can't say I noticed this. Hey, Sandra, I can't say I noticed this prior to my practice of functional medicine. I'm going to keep getting soccer score. My husband's at my daughter's soccer game, so I'm going to keep getting updates. Coop's winning. Woo-hoo. Anyhow, I want to pop on here because up until 4 years ago, I really hadn't noticed this. But with my functional medicine practice, in addition to fitness and nutrition coaching, there is a common theme that I keep seeing. And it became clearer last week when I hopped on the phone with a couple people about working with me as their functional medicine consultant. And I see it a lot also when it comes to my fitness and nutrition group. So across the board, anything that I'm doing as far as the consulting or the coaching, it's the same thing. And here it is. And you saw the title of this video, Change Your Mindset, Change Your Life. So if I have somebody coming in, regardless at what level they're working with me, I can help certain people and there's others that I can't help until they get to a certain point. So because it's so easy and it's not so drastic, let's talk about exercise and fitness, okay? So if you, again, I'm going to be using examples because I have lots. Names withheld. But if you come to me and say, I'm going to do it this time, but I have to tell you, I've never completed more than 21 days of working out. So I don't know if I can do it, but I think I'm going to do it, but I don't know if I can do it. So here's the thing. I can give you a workout that's appropriate for your fitness level. I can hand you a nutrition program. I can write you out meal plans, which I have in my current fitness group. They should be getting week 3 this week. Laid out for them if they want it, and they can pick and choose, right? So I make it as easy. I give an entire accountability group. I'm in there all the time, seeing what's going on. But here's the thing. If someone in their mind thinks, I can't make it beyond 21 days, guess what? They're not going to make it beyond 21 days of exercising. They're going to get to day 22 and they're going to be like, oh, this is where I usually quit. And someone recently, she got to almost I don't even know, probably 60 days and then fell off because life happened. But then it's in her head oh, this always happens to me. I can never stick with exercise. Boom, gone, right? So I can be there. I can hold someone accountable. I can be their biggest cheerleader. I can give them all of the resources. But if you have it in your head that you can't do something, you're dang right you're not going to be able to do it, right? So same goes with nutrition. Let's talk about food, right? I can't lose weight because I can't give up ice cream. All right, well, okay, so we all love ice cream, right? But so if you approach it a different way and be like, okay, I'm going to try, it's going to be really hard. And maybe I can work with someone like myself, whereby maybe we don't cut ice cream out completely. Maybe we just, if you're eating it every night, maybe we cut down to eating it every other night so it's coming. Or, maybe then we down even more to maybe once or twice a week because Cooperstown 2-0. Anyhow, soccer update, sorry. You had, as soon as you put that impediment in your way, the obstacle, I can't give up ice cream, you're not going to be able to do it, right? Versus coming in and saying, I really love ice cream. I really love it. And it's going to be really hard because we all have things we love to eat. They may not be the best for us, like ice cream, tons of sugar, chronically every night, right? But there's no way you have to cut them completely out of your life. And that's how I teach people how to do that. You can have all the indulgences, maybe just not every night in the quantity that you love them. But you have to think okay, I want to get healthier. I want to lose weight. What is that worth to you, right? I've said it over and over recently. I hear myself repeating, you have to hit rock bottom in order for your mind to say, I'm doing it this time. And you know, when that person beyond 21 days, usually when you get to day 60, you're like, I got this. I told myself I could do it and I did it, and now nothing's stopping me. Same with nutrition. You know, ice cream. I gave it up for every other night. You celebrate at the end of the week. Maybe the following week you have to take baby steps and you still are doing every other night, right? But you got to celebrate your win the week before, that you did it every other night and not ate ice cream every night, right? So same with functional medicine when I'm talking to people. And I think the biggest thing is, you know, the difference is what I'm doing now in my functional medicine consulting versus what I did as a doctor is before, and my patients can attest to this, whoever's currently watching, because I have a lot of people watching, you would come in to see me. We do a couple of like one big visit. You do most of the talking and tell me about what's going on with you. I'd give a few recommendations without any lab work. Then you come back the following month where I send you for a ton of blood work. You come back and in an hour, I throw a ton of information on you. I teach you as much as I can teach you and bring it down to your terms as well as I can, your level, right? But 9 times out of 10, I would watch someone walk out of my office and their head was spinning, literally spinning, because they're like, oh my God, like I have to do all of this. And basically then I would send them away, because this is how an office practice traditionally worked, or at least mine did. I send them away, not to see them again for another 3 to 6 months. What would happen in 3 to 6 months after I threw all this information on them, and they already had it in their head, like, this is going to be hard. This is like something that I'm not used to. So they're already setting themselves up for failing, right? They're coming in with that mindset of like, I don't know if I can do this, but I really want to do this because I'm so frustrated with how I feel, or I'm not getting the answers that I want. And then I throw all this information on them that for some people was completely foreign. Like all this talk about B12 and B vitamins and adrenal glands and thyroid over their head. Again, I try to bring it down to their level, but nonetheless, it was like information overload in an hour, because that's all I had, an hour with them, right? Versus now I'm actually working with people on a longer, there is a finite amount of time I work with somebody, but I work with them for upwards of 6 months, and I baby step them through it. So we do what I said before with the ice cream, or even the fitness, small wins every week, right? Like we change one thing every week, whether it be with nutrition, their house. You guys, if you watch my Instagram stories, you know I'm doing a complete overhaul of this house as far as cleaning the air and the water and my red light therapy every morning. And I'll talk to you guys more about that in the future. But I walk someone through over 6 months time. I hold their hand. I don't throw a ton of information on them in 1 hour and expect them to implement it all on their own. I do small tidbits of, okay, what's the problem? What do we have to, get some targeted lab work, and what do we have to work on? Okay, over the course of the time that we work together. So that is the beauty of what I'm doing now, because I also saw with people, even if their mindset was halfway there, as soon as they get overwhelmed, and that can be in the terms of fitness, nutrition, or functional medicine consulting, they shut down. And then what happens with women is if we don't follow through with what we said we're going to do, we consider ourselves a failure. And we hang our heads low, and then we give up. We don't exercise again. The heck with that. It doesn't work. We eat 5 bowls of ice cream every night because what the heck, I'm already gaining weight, right? And we throw every sort of holistic health concept that I ever talked to them about out the window, because I can't do 1, I can't do 10, I can't do any, right? So you have to kind of, whatever way I work with somebody, they have to at least come in with the mentality that this may have been how I was, this is how I am now. I'm going to try to do better than I've done in the past. All I ask is try, and we celebrate the small wins, because every small win is one step closer to your bigger goal, whatever that is, okay? And I am everybody's biggest cheerleader. And whatever way someone works with me, I am their biggest cheerleader. I believe in them probably more than they believe in themselves, okay? Because I see the potential in everybody. Because you guys know what happened to me. I broke my back. How many years ago now? 7 years ago, right? Like, look at me now, right? And I'm not bragging. It just took my mind changing, because for 3 years, I said the same thing, guys. That's why I can talk to you about this. I said for 3 years, I can't exercise. I don't want to hurt myself. So I carried my body like this. So I still have issues with my back because of how I carried myself for 3 years. I feel heavy. I had all this weight in my middle, and why eat well? Because you know what? I was tired. I was unmotivated. I was uninspired. I felt terrible. So that the diet went with it, the nutrition, because why eat well, right? Just go open the bag of chips. And, you know, until I decided in 2015 to be like, okay, enough's enough. I have to do something. No one's going to do it for me. Although I'm going to have people to hold me accountable to my nutrition, to my fitness, and then to my health. I still have it, guys. I have an entire group of women that hold me accountable. I hold them accountable. They hold me accountable to staying on track with my fitness and my nutrition. And I have my own functional medicine doctor that holds me accountable, right? So I have a check point. I have an accountability person looking in at me to make sure that, hey, how you doing? And to cheer me on, okay? We're all human. And I'm not sitting here on this video saying that I'm better than anybody else, but there is a common theme, and I can't help anyone unless you get to the point where you're like, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, or overweight, or feeling like I have no energy, or not motivated, or whatever the case may be. I want to feel better. And I can do this. That's all I need. That's all I need, right? But when someone comes to me and says, well, I've failed every other time, I don't know what's going to make this any different. I don't either. Like, I can give you all the resources and all the accountability. It's up to you to follow through, okay? Guys, only you can change your life. Only you. I can't do it for you. I can help you, but I can't do it for you. And when the right people come along with that mindset that they're at least going to try, and they're going to let me take the lead and help them and hold them accountable and be their biggest cheerleader, those are the ones that see success in their lives change. And they think, like I thought 4 years ago, why didn't I do this sooner? Because I had not hit rock bottom myself. I had to get to that point where I was literally crawling out of a hole to feel better, okay? And I had declined help in the past prior to that. And I had failed miserably because I declined the help. So I smartened up. I asked for help. I got the help from a coach of my own, a fitness coach. And I got started. One foot in front of the other in the beginning, guys. That's all it takes. Wake up, just put one foot in front of the other. 1 day at a time, 1 hour at a time. Don't think of a week, a month, a year from now. One step at a time, 1 day at a time. Okay? That's all I want to say. I'm going to get off my soapbox now, but you know, until you make the decision that you've had enough and you're going to make a change, and I see it all the time on Facebook, people finally, like, they're done, and then they start losing the weight and feeling better and eating better and getting their health in line, and they're like, why didn't I do this before? Well, it wasn't your time before. Now is your time, and now is your time. So I am opening up my fitness group. So those of you that want to work with me with just the fitness and nutrition part, with a little bit of holistic medicine trickled in there, you're going to want to send me a message, a PM, private message, and we'll talk about how to get into my group. I don't open it up all month long. I open it up, I close it up, and it's currently open. I haven't opened it in like a month. So, and I'm starting a brand new program next week, but it's a little more intense. So if you're like watching this, you're like, okay, you know what? Now's my time. Oh, the other thing, holidays are coming, right? So what a great time, right? October, like got Halloween, got Thanksgiving. I'll start in January. Well, I don't know the average weight gain in the months of November and December, but it's really high from everyone just completely putting aside any sort of mindful eating and any sort of exercise and saving it for January 1, 2020, and they regret it because it's even more that they have to work towards in January, and they're fighting the crowds at the gym if you choose to go to the gym. So just saying, guys, think now about your future and about where you want to be when you want to be there. And it takes time. You know, change takes time. Little changes every day make a huge difference. So I've babbled enough. I hope this helps somebody out there decide that today is the day that you're going to take control of whatever you need to take control of in your life and change it little by little. Okay, guys, 1 day at a time, 1 hour at a time. That's all it takes. All right. I love you. Happy Tuesday. I got to wait for more soccer updates. Okay, guys.